So today I've woken up feeling a little bit stressed, a lot of tension in my head. I haven't been for a run for a while, so I'm going to go for a run and I'm going to hopefully process what's going on for me and work through whatever this is that I'm going through and talk about it and share it with you, because a lot of the time we have so many people who say running and exercise is good for mental health, it makes you feel better, but no one says why or how. So jog on is very much about how do we process those emotions during the physical activity and work through things, and how is that happening, what are we doing. So why not test on myself? So I'm just off out for a run, the first one in probably about a week, although I have been doing other activities, but running is really my therapy. So see you in a bit. So I've just put my running shoes on, and it's occurred to me that while I was doing that, I wasn't actually thinking of anything, and for a moment some of that tension actually went away, which is interesting. It's kind of
Hi guys, so I've warmed up, just on a 5-minute walk actually. So I've got out of the residential area and I've come to the lovely field where I feel a lot better already. I still have a lot of tension. I'd say I probably lost about 10% of the tension I was feeling before in my head. Listening to the birds, the greenery is also really nice, but I'm looking forward to running now. I wasn't so much before, but just getting out the door and actually starting the walk, and then now I'm ready to start running. I feel much more motivated to do that, and I think that's about kind of that, just literally what it was, just getting out the door and getting here. I've been running for probably about 4 or 5 minutes, just a slow pace, just to get a warm up more than anything, and I already feel a little bit better. So some of the adrenaline that was causing my anxiety and feelings of stress and tension is starting to be burned off. So hopefully the heart rate that's been raised is creating more adrenaline, which is also helping it to burn off, so that's going to help me to feel better. Another part of the brain that's being accessed through the physical activity is the hippocampus, which is responsible for mood and emotions. That's going to start to be activated now, and the further I go and the more I run, the more that part of the brain will be activated, and I'll start to see some of the benefits of physical exertion. I'll check in with you in a minute to see how I'm doing, but I reckon I'm probably feeling a little 10% better. While I'm running, I'm using sort of mindfulness techniques as well, which I don't know about you, but if I concentrate too much on my breathing, that can actually make me go into my head too much and try to control the breathing, which can make me feel kind of nervous and more short breath than I would have done had I have not had my mind going somewhere else. So some different mindfulness techniques that I use. I just love looking at scenery. I know that's not going to be appropriate for everyone when you're road running around the block, around the housing estates, you know, along places in the city where there might not be very many green areas. When I was training for my first marathon, I did all of my long runs in Dagenham, which is quite built up, and there are a few parks, but they're really small. So what I would do is I would map out my run and I would aim for a destination to run to, so that maybe I would run, so like say 4 parks, one off the other, loop around and come back, or come right back through them again, so that I'm always looking out for green spaces. Even if you don't do that, there's always some sort of nature and colour around, in gardens, in coming out of walls, coming out the pavement. If you look for it, you'll find it. So once when I was going for a PB in a park run, I used this technique where I was feeling of my feet, the soles of my feet, and kind of picturing them kind of going like this. It took the thoughts around my heavy legs away and my breathlessness away, and just by being mindful and thinking of that helped take my mind off the struggle. So as I said, since I woke up this morning, I've been having this sense of anxiety, head tension, and I actually had no idea up until the point when I've just come out for this run to know what the reason for that is. I had a really lovely day yesterday, which was Sunday, in the lovely weather in the garden with my family, and it was really wonderful. It was an amazing day, one of the best days I've had for ages. So when I woke up this morning and I couldn't work out why I was feeling like this, I was questioning why. I even had therapy session on the phone with my counsellor, even then I couldn't think why. See, now I've been for a run and I have accessed the part of the brain which is responsible for memory. It's now occurred to me why it might be that I'm feeling full of intrepidation and dread today. It occurred to me that in my past and recent past as well, there's been a number of times when I've had these really great days, and either they've been suddenly kind of interrupted by some kind of a drama, some kind of chaos that's abruptly ended it, or it's kind of shortly followed. So it might be that I've had a lovely day and then the next day has been really difficult, and I think that might be the reason why I've been feeling like that this morning, and all day actually, because it's like this non-conscious anticipation that something terrible is going to happen. And when you think about anxiety, so much of it is at this non-conscious level, that every day we might be waking up with this sense of feeling like just the physical feeling of anxiety and not knowing what it is that's causing that, and trying to find or pinpoint a reason, and that in itself can provoke us to feel all kinds of sense of worthlessness and, you know, idiocy. Can be really quite hard on ourselves. But by remembering and thinking that actually so much of it is in the non-conscious, that it helps us to be a little bit easier on ourselves. And also as a kind of a reminder that if you are trying to think of something, to kind of almost let that go in a way. And does it really matter if we can't pinpoint it? It depends, I guess. Sometimes it does matter, because if we can pinpoint it, then we can work on letting it go and self-reassurance, which I suppose on my way back I'm going to do now. I think physical activity and running is great because it does help us to process emotions a lot. I think at some point during or after your physical activity, you need to pause and reflect. I like to do it along the way, like usually at the halfway point I have somewhere I can stop and pause, like this place here, which I'm really blessed to kind of live nearby, and I look out into the water regularly and I really have some kind of reflection space, and then I head back home thinking of something more positive. So on the way home now, I'm going to process this feeling of so the thing that's been troubling me, which I believe today, has been that there's non-conscious anticipation of some kind of drama coming my way. I'm not a fortune teller, and I am, you know, there's no way I can predict anything. There's nothing particularly forthcoming I can think of, so it's all unreasonable, irrational thoughts. So with that in mind, I'm going to go home and work on like a more positive mindset, and think that actually I don't want to then what's the word where you sabotage you know, the potential of sabotage here is quite high, because if I'm anticipating dread and I'm tense and I'm agitated and easily kind of triggered, then that's putting me in a place where I'm going to catastrophize any small thing that happens. So on the way home, let off a bit more steam, speed up a little bit. You know, the second half of your run tends to be a little bit faster generally, if it's a short run anyway, not a marathon, in which case I'm slower. But you know, I think, yeah, now I'm reframing, I'm safe, I'm going to be positive, and I'm going to invite goodness and positivity and good vibes. So I want to invite that into my life for the rest of today, and hope that I will feel a lot better for the rest of the evening. It's about 5 o'clock now, so let's see how that's done. About 80% of my run, and I'd say I'm feeling about 50% better physiologically. There's some of the tension in my head is kind of like 50% gone. Rather than being restricted, my lungs and, you know, my chest all feel more open, less constricted, which is how you feel when you're experiencing anxiety. And generally I feel like there's tension in my shoulders and my neck, and I feel like that's really been building up over the last few days. Really kind of stiff neck. And the running, when I run as well, I do my best to, although I'm not doing it now because I'm holding this phone, but I try to keep my shoulders and relaxed and kind of everything relaxed and not too tense, which I think really helps to alleviate some of that tension where you're holding yourself stiff most of the time without even realising you're doing it, which in itself can be a big cause of headaches. And maybe that's the tension that I've been feeling too, because without knowing, we hold ourselves really stiffly. I'm running out of breath. And you know, when we hold ourselves in that way, it can really affect everything, and then it becomes a spiral, isn't it? The mind and the body are so linked. So the more stressed we are, the more tension we hold in the body. The more tension we hold in the body, the more stressed we get. So mind and body need to come together if we want to feel mentally better. That doesn't necessarily mean you go out running like I am, but doing some kind of physical movement is going to definitely alleviate some of your psychological symptoms, psychosomatic symptoms that have an effect on your body. So even if it's just a small percentage, it will. So I'll catch you up in a minute before I come to the end of the workout and let you know how I'm feeling. Last couple of minutes walk before I get to my house, and I'd say feeling 60% better physiologically. You know, I think this run has alleviated 60% of my sort of stress levels, I'd say. I think mostly because I've had this sense of awareness. A lot of the times I will go for a run without having this thought processing, and I'll just go for a run. But I think the media portrays a lot in movies that when someone's feeling upset, stressed or angry, they go punch a punching bag or they go for a run, and apparently they're magically better. But yes, it does alleviate those emotional difficulties, but unless we process them and explore what's going on for us, and then we can actually really start to utilise physical activities to feel mentally better. So all of you people that are abusing the one exercise rule a day, remember there are people out there who a run or a walk is life-saving, because without that run or without that walk, they're not going to feel mentally better. So we're going to start seeing mental health statistics rise. We're going to start seeing suicide rates rise. So don't take this away from us. Don't abuse the one day rule. So I'm back home now, and I'm feeling a sense of achievement, because I feel like in the 2 weeks that I've been working from home in the lockdown that I haven't done as much exercise as I would have liked to, so I feel more positive about myself. And I believe in myself that little bit more, that I can now take this on tomorrow or the day after and incorporate more physical activity into my routine. So yeah, I'm feeling a great sense of achievement and a little bit proud of myself, which is really good, because when you have positive feelings about yourself, it will increase your mood and help to kind of alleviate symptoms of depression, because you just feel a little bit better and a bit more comfortable in your own skin. Also, now there are other chemicals that are being produced in my body that are neurotransmitters that are responsible for feeling good and for overall sense of well-being. There'll be some dopamine there, which is my reward. That's why I'm feeling a good sense of achievement, and even some nice opiates, which are going to give me a little buzzy feeling, which bring you down after the adrenaline high. The opiates, the natural painkillers in your body, will be produced, which will help you to feel relaxed. I'm going to do some stretching now, which is going to really help with the stretching, because of the painkillers that are going to get released are going to ensure that I am not going to have too much aches and pains tomorrow. So our bodies are very clever and intelligent things, and just remember, your mind and body are one. It's also been really great to see so many of you on social media out running that don't normally run. So I've seen Hijabi Golfer and other friends that just do boxing and stuff, who don't really run. It's been really great to see you guys giving this a go and actually starting to like it a little bit, and see the benefits of running for your mental health. Anyone can run, so long as you're, quite well, generally well. Anyone can. The human body is the greatest endurance mammal of all of creation. That means, we can outrun a cheetah. No, we can't run as fast as a cheetah, but eventually that cheetah will tire and we'll be able to catch up with them or any other animal. So we are the greatest endurance mammal in the world. That means we can run the furthest for the longest. It's just a matter of training and psychological motivation. So you can do it. Believe in yourself. If you've never done running before, this is a really good opportunity. While we have this once a day exercise rule, this is a good opportunity for you to use this lockdown to do something different, to start a regime. Even if you begin by walking, or a little bit of walking and a little bit of jogging, just give it a go. I can assure you that your physiological symptoms will be somewhat alleviated. Just keep at it and don't put too much pressure on yourself. Look after yourselves and each other, and stay in touch. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share.